Have you ever felt that even with all the knowledge we gather, something still feels incomplete within? Today, let's step beyond information and enter the space where understanding becomes experience, where the mind learns but the heart awakens. Namaste, dear seekers. I am Shivangi, your companion on this sacred path of inner awakening. Before we begin, let us gently prepare the mind and body to receive Krishna's timeless wisdom. Sit comfortably wherever you are. Keep your spine tall, your shoulders soft, and your face relaxed. Now take a slow, deep breath in and exhale gently. Once more, inhale peace, and as you exhale, let every worry dissolve. With each breath, feel yourself becoming lighter, calmer, and fully present in this moment. Now gently start counting backwards from 5 to 1. With every number, you are sinking a little deeper into stillness. 5. Your body relaxes. 4. Your mind slows down. 3. Your breath flows softly. 2. Your heart feels open. 1. You are calm, peaceful, and ready to receive. In our previous session, Chapter 6, Gyaan Yoga, Krishna revealed to Arjuna the sacred art of meditation. He showed us how to steady the wandering mind, the same mind that Arjuna once described as restless like the wind, impossible to control. And Krishna, with his gentle smile, replied, "Yes, Arjuna, the mind is restless, but through abhyasa, that is sincere practice, and vairagya, which is letting go, it can indeed be mastered." He reminded us that a trained mind becomes like a steady flame in a windless place, bright, unwavering, and filled with awareness. We discovered that discipline, balance, and consistency are the roots of inner peace, and that true meditation is not an escape from life, but a way of living within, life with calmness, clarity, and grace. Now, in Chapter 7, Gyaan and Vigyaan Yoga, Krishna takes Arjuna and all of us one step deeper. He says, "Arjuna, listen carefully. I will share with you both Gyaan, which is knowledge, and Vigyaan, that's wisdom, that comes from direct experience. Once you understand this, nothing in this world will remain unknown to you. Gyaan is what we learn through mind, from books, teachers, or reflection. But Vigyaan is what we realize in our hearts, through experience, silence, and connection with the divine. Think of it like this. You may know that fire burns, that is Gyaan. But when you feel its warmth, that is Vigyaan. Krishna wants us not just to know the divine, but to feel the divine, to sense His presence in every atom of life. Krishna explains that the entire universe is made of two energies, the material, known as Prakriti, and the spiritual, which is Purusha. He says, earth, water, fire, air, space, mind, intellect, and ego, all are my lower nature. But beyond this lies my higher nature, the soul, the life that sustains the world. He reminds us that He is the invisible thread connecting everything, just like a string holding together the pearls of a necklace. When we look around at the sky, the trees, or the people we love, we are actually looking at different forms of the same divine energy. If we can truly see this unity, judgment and separation begin to fade, and love naturally takes their place. Krishna tells Arjuna that people approach the divine in 4 ways. First, when they are in distress, seeking comfort in prayer. Second, when they seek knowledge, trying to understand the truth. Third, when they desire success or prosperity. And fourth, when they love the divine selflessly, expecting nothing in return. Krishna says, all of them are dear to me, Arjuna, but the one who loves me purely, that one is truly united with me. Even in our daily lives, we see this. Some pray only in pain, some out of curiosity, but a few live each day in gratitude, seeing God in all things, in laughter, in challenges, even in silence. Those few become yogis in action. Their life itself becomes prayer. Krishna further explains that faith, which is Shraddha, is the bridge between Gyaan and Vigyaan. Without faith, knowledge stays dry, only in the head. But with faith, knowledge transforms into experience. It reaches the heart. He says, those whose minds are steady in faith and whose hearts are open to me find peace easily, for they walk the path of light. For example, when you water a plant with patience, you don't see it grow overnight, but your faith makes you continue. Soon, it blooms. In the same way, when we water our heart with faith and devotion, it blossoms into wisdom and peace. Krishna reminds us that the divine is not limited to temples or rituals. He says, "I am the taste in water, the light of the sun and moon, the fragrance of the earth, the brilliance in fire. I am the life in all living beings." When we begin to see Krishna in these simple things, the sweetness of water on a hot day, the smile of a stranger, the calm of the night sky, we start to live with awareness, not forgetfulness. That is Vigyaan. Not just seeing God in meditation, but feeling Him in the rhythm of everyday life. Krishna gently tells Arjuna that many get lost in the glitter of the world, in desires, power, or pleasures, and forget that all these are temporary. He says, "Those whose minds are covered by illusion cannot recognize me as the Supreme, though I dwell in their hearts. It's like clouds hiding the sun. The light is always there, but our thoughts and attachments block it. Through awareness and surrender, the clouds begin to clear, and we feel the warmth of divine truth again." By the end of this chapter, Krishna reveals the heart of his teaching, that to truly know him is to love him, and to love him is to serve all living beings, seeing the same light in every form. He says, "The wise see me in all, and all in me. They live with pure devotion, their hearts at peace, and their lives full of joy." This is the union of knowledge and wisdom, where knowing becomes feeling, and feeling becomes living truth. Now slowly bring your awareness back to your breath. Feel the air entering and leaving your nostrils. Feel your body resting, calm and steady. Take a deep breath in and slowly exhale. Gently move your fingers and toes, and when you're ready, softly open your eyes. Let the peace of Krishna's words stay within you, a quiet flame guiding you through your day. In our next session, Chapter 8, Akshar Brahma Yoga, Krishna will reveal one of the most profound truths about the eternal soul, life after death, and how remembering the divine at the final moment leads to liberation and everlasting peace. It is the chapter where the Gita begins to whisper the mysteries of immortality, the journey of the soul beyond time. I am Shivangi, your companion on this inner journey, where we meet Krishna not on a battlefield, but in the silent temple of our own hearts. And today, Krishna reminds us, to know is good, but to experience is divine. Now, as you rest in this peace, leave one word below that describes how you feel right now. Peace, clarity, gratitude, love, or light. Your one word might awaken another heart today. Until next time, stay peaceful, stay mindful, and stay connected to the divine within. Jai Shri Krishna.